Hi everyone, I'm Vanessa. Welcome to another episode of 30 as Fuck.
If I only could have started from the end. Now I have a house for kids and even a big land. Who knew I'd have only made mistakes that would have been fixed with a slice of cheesecake. Demo Salvatore was my 18 dream, but now the only one I be with is Chandler Bing. Yeah, here I am talking to you since I'm 30 as fuck.
Hello, gorgeous. Welcome back. Another week, another episode. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. And I'm sorry I didn't post anything last week, but I needed a break. Well, I was kind of busy because I have some things coming up lately, so I needed to kind of take a breath and reorganize myself. And so my mind was not really into the podcast, and so I didn't want to just record for the sake of it. As always, I'm trying to do things with a meaning and a purpose, and not just for the sake of it, just for the sake to create content, because it's not what I want. And so here I'm back. I was also going through a little bit of, I don't know, like I was kind of stuck. Like I was like, what am I gonna talk about? Like sometimes in life you have moments where there's so much going on, and so you learn lessons and you want to just talk about it, and I want to share it with you, and sometimes there's nothing going on. There's literally nothing going on, and it's crazy how much I was craving those moments in the past, that I was like, oh, I can't wait for when everything's gonna be just like boring and nothing's gonna be going on. And now I'm like, oh, and so I got stuck. And what it's funny is that actually when you suffer, or you used to suffer with anxiety, what your brain does and your body does is like that when you started to be super like nothing is going on, super calm, your body's gonna kind of like try to make you feel anxious that everything is going like actually well, that there's not much going on. And it is because it's just like so used to be in that state of mind. And I think that's what it was going on last week for me. I was also like making myself more busy and more like anxious because there was not much going on. I was like, oh my gosh, like nothing is happening. I need to make it happen. Like something has to happen. So go back to being stuck. So I got stuck with what am I going to talk about? And I was like, fuck, I'm stuck. Oh, here we go. I'm stuck. And that's what I want to talk about with you this week, because, oh my God, isn't it terrible to actually feel stuck? It could be for anything. It could be like if you're an artist, maybe you're trying to, paint something or write a book or write a song, or may have a podcast, or sometimes it's just in life you're stuck. You want to do so many things, but there's not that momentum. It's like everything is slow, and you're probably done everything that it's under your control, and now you have to wait for things to happen, and that is the most terrible feelings ever, especially if you're like me, a person that wants to have control on things. And so that's also what we're going to talk about a little bit today, because something that I learned in the past few years is just let it go and lose control. And for someone like me that spent her entire life to literally try to control everything, oh my gosh, it was like an adventure. It was actually pretty difficult to make it work. I had to basically retrain my brain to be like, hey, this is good, this is fine, let's focus on the things that you can control. So those are related. So the fact that sometimes we feel stuck, it is because we feel that we don't have any control on the things. But like, spoiler alert, like, guess what? We really don't. And so it is what it is. We don't actually control anything in life. Even the smallest things that we think we control, we don't. I'm gonna give you an example. For example, tonight, let's say I want to make a recipe, and then I realized that I don't have all the things that I need to make the recipe. And so they're out of my control. Now everything is out of my control. It's something like stupid and silly that maybe you don't give any weight on it. But it's also the type of things that when you are trying to have control over everything and that happen, you go out of your mind because you're like, fuck, even the smallest thing, and like it's not working. And so I wanted to go a little bit more deep into this and I don't know, share with you maybe the things that helped me a little bit to get out of this state of mind. So, as I said, first of all, it is to actually, sorry, I'm struggling with the camera. Actually have, I don't know, make peace with the fact that you don't have control over anything. And that you can do certain things. It's all about balance. You can do your part, and then you need to let it go and let it come to you, and be more on that attraction, that on that chasing situation. We might even go back a little bit to the feminine energy. So there is always a need of balance, meaning that you're not going to just attract things like sitting on a couch and waiting. No, it's not how it works. You have to always put some action out there. And I really believe that you need to tell the universe what you want. And so also with your action, tell them what you want. And then just let it come to you. So it took me a while, but now I am in that state of mind where I know that everything that I want will come to me, and I'm just, do my part and just wait for them to come. I'll give you like a stupid example. It's not really stupid, but it's a silly example, let's say. I really want to have a relationship. I want to find my person, and maybe build a family and move on. It's something that I really want in my life. But I can't go and knock at every man's door and be like, hey, is it you? Hey, is it you? Like, let's go, let's do that. Like, you. No, like, you can do that. Like, you cannot even know if this person's going to be the right one. So what I'm doing and what I did in the past few years is actually work on myself. And I know it's like the always the same bullshit, like work on yourself. What does it mean? It means that I worked on myself. I am literally taking care of myself, of my brain, of my body, and I'm trying to figure it out what I like, what I don't like, what I want and what I don't want. And that is giving me so much on this perspective, meaning that whenever I'm going to meet the person, since I know what I want, it's going to be easy to figure it out if this person is going to be right for me or not. Then, of course, life, you never know. You never know. But at the same time, I have more tools to figure it out if we want the same thing, if he has the characteristic that I want in the man in my life. And I'm not chasing them. Like I'm going on dates, but I'm not forcing it anymore. Before I used to like go out with a guy and maybe was like, oh, this is it. This has to be. And I was creating in my brain an idea that I had of him, and because I needed to be the right one. No, I go out, I see, works out. You're giving me the things and the feelings that I think I'm supposed to feel. Good, let's go on a second date. You don't, I have to chase you. You're not giving me the things that I need. Nope, move on. Okay, it doesn't have to be like I kind of, and it's not, and years ago, maybe like a couple years ago when I was going on dates, it was making me feel bad. I was feeling very disappointed every time. I was feeling like, taken aback. And it's not that I don't. Sometimes I put a little bit more effort in someone, but I'm not really disappointed. Now I'm not really disappointed about the ending, that it didn't work out. I'm more disappointed sometimes of the action of the person, because I don't know, I still expect so much from them. So sometimes when they act in a certain way that it's not necessary, and you're like, okay. And probably it is also the you know, the proof that they're not the men for me, because uh whoever is going to be the person, it's not going to act in a certain way, if that makes sense. um and so what I'm doing right now, and the way I'm feeling, even if I go out on a date, it doesn't work out, I'm like, okay, it's around. It's around. I know it's gonna come to me. I know it's gonna come to me. I know I'm gonna meet this person. I don't know when, but I'm very chill about it. I'm gonna be sure when it's gonna happen. And this works also for other things. For me personally, right now in my life, I want to be able to get my permanent residency in Canada, and it's a lot out of my control, because I can put myself out there, I can try to get it, but then there's so many other uh, things that are going to be taking consideration to be able to actually get it, that literally I cannot control. Somebody else, somebody else is going to choose if they wanted to give it to me or not. So it is absolutely out of my control. And if before was actually frustrating, and it was like, oh my gosh, I really want it, really want it, really want it. Now it's like, I want it. I know it's going to come to me if it has to come, if it's meant to be. And I am absolutely like, I'm going to do my part. And my part, for example, is to study French. I'm going to start Monday again. Like I did a little bit, but I have to go back and do the French test, because that's going to give me more points to be able to get it. And then that's the last thing that I can do, that it's gonna be on my control. And so I'm like, well, if I can control that, I'm gonna do it, because it's something that I really want. But if it's not gonna work out, it's because it was not meant to be, and there's something else. And I'm gonna just enjoy whatever time I have left over here. Although I have the feeling that it's gonna happen. I really have this feeling in my gut that this is what it's gonna be. And so everything is an attraction moment. Everything, it's like, I'm doing my part, I'm doing the things that I can control, and then I'm gonna just let it be, and whatever comes to me comes to me. So going back on the feeling stuck, I know it is frustrating, and it is very difficult to know, especially if you're very driven person, and especially if you really know where you want to go. If it's so clear, has a sunny sky, that you want to get to that point, whatever it is. And also you're very like pushed by the feeling that this thing, this goal, it's making you feel, so you want to get there as fast as you can. And maybe you see other people actually getting there and you're not there. I understand how frustrating can be, and how overwhelming can become, and how much you want to control everything. But again, as I said, we don't have any control actually on anything, just on your own actions. Okay, you can put there the energy, your own actions, then just let it be. And also how better it is to just actually attract. How better it is to be like, hey, this is me. This is where I am. Like, I did this, I did that, and now I'm gonna just sit back and relax, and you come to me. The thing's gonna come to me. So once you get to this point, trust me, life is gonna be better. Life is gonna be amazing. Really, really, really amazing. And everything's gonna be less stressful. I'm not going to tell you that it's going to be easy. It's going to take time, and you're going to have to figure it out a little bit. And also something that my friend actually told me, we were talking about what we want in life, you know, and she was like, I was frustrated because I wanted certain things, but they were not coming to me. And so she was like, okay, but this specific thing that you want, is it actually the goal? Like, it's the end of the road, or is it just a tool to get to something else? And And that was the most amazing question because it put everything else into perspective. Because for so long I was doing certain things because I wanted to get to a certain point, and I thought that road was the right one. And now I'm like, okay, wait a second. Why am I forcing to like this journey when I might take another journey and get where I want to be either way? So let's say I have an example. I'm making actually a very easy example. As let's say that you are in Vancouver and you want to get to Toronto. There's so many ways to get there. You can take a flight, you can drive, you can take a train. You can, no, I don't have the specific of how to get there, but you can literally take different roads if you drive there. You can take different trains. So you can stop somewhere and enjoy the view and stop there for a little while before you get there and meet new people. So it's like, and maybe those people, they're gonna like be like, hey, actually, do you want to come with us, because this is actually a better way to get there. And so you jump on it and you get like in their car and you get to Toronto at the end. Sometimes it might take, let's say, 4 hours. Maybe I think with an airplane the faster way it's 4 hours, so you can get there very fast. Or it could take you days, months if you stop by in the middle. So what I'm trying to say with this analogy is that you need to figure it out exactly where you're going and what's at the end of the road, what's the end of the journey, and then just kind of let go on how you're gonna get there. It is a little bit connected also to manifestation. You know, on manifestation, you never decide how and when. You just, and with who. You just decide what. And that's the secret of it. You just decide what you want. What and how you want it, meaning like the details of the thing that you want. How it's going to look like. But you don't decide how you're going to get there. You don't decide when you're going to get there. And you're not deciding with who you're going to get there. So it's a little bit the same thing. So when I started to actually do this, and she asked me this question, and I was like, you know what, like I don't know, like is it the final end? It's the PR to stay here in Canada? No, like, I mean, I want to get it so I can change my job, because I want to do another job. I want to have more financial freedom. I want to be able to actually go back on acting. And then she was like, okay, then give it a try. And I'm going to give it a try, because this is the last thing, and it's something that, you know, you wouldn't mind to have. But if it doesn't work, that doesn't mean that you're not gonna get to do all those things maybe somewhere else. It's gonna be maybe even better. And this was just a pit stop. Vancouver in Canada was just like a place where you needed to find yourself. And I'm gonna get emotional now. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Oof. Follicular face. Okay. And so I got lost. Sorry, I got emotional and I got lost. Let's go back. And so once you figure it out, as I said, that's it. That's like, I guess that's a little bit the secret. Again, everything that I'm telling you, it's based on personal experiences, and I don't know. It's like literally for me, I decided to do this podcast because sometimes I have conversation like this with girlfriends and we share things and they're like, oh my gosh, like I never thought about this. And it's the same when they, like for me, like they talk about something, I was like, oh wow, I never thought about that. And please, something that I'm going to ask you to do, never compare yourself to anyone and never compare yourself to me. You have no idea what's going on behind the scenes of people in people's lives, and I'm always trying to be super straightforward with you and try to share also the ugly, but of course I have to I mean, the meaning of this podcast is to make you feel better, less lonely. So I don't want to just dump on you like my shitty stuff all the time. Like I'm gonna do it sometimes, and I'm gonna always tell you how difficult it's been. And now that I'm talking to you about this and about the feeling of being stuck and how I overcame that feeling and everything, it wasn't like in 2 days. It literally took me 3 years. 3 years ago, I was full of anxiety and depressed because I wanted things to work out and nothing was going. Nothing. Literally nothing was going the way I wanted. Nothing. And I spent time and time and time trying to force it, and I felt so out of control. Like I could literally control nothing, and even the smallest thing was I don't know, like freaking me out and making me feel like so disappointed. And so, because another thing that you're gonna feel, it's like, oh, we're then powerless. It's like useless because you're like, what am I doing? Why am I doing everything wrong? You're doing nothing wrong. You're literally doing nothing wrong. It's just that life, sometimes it is what it is. We can't control things. And before you make peace with it, before you're gonna actually live a better life and attract everything that it's meant for you. I said this before. My grandma used to tell me all the time that what it's been reserved for me, what it's been put away for me, and saved on the side, put on the side for me, no one's gonna take it away from me. And sometimes I need to remind myself this, that whatever you believe in, destiny or not, we are every day taking steps towards something. And if you take the steps and if you keep the balance and if you walk towards your goal, it doesn't matter how you get there, you're gonna get there. It's like, it is science. Okay, it's not even believing in something, it literally is just science. So I don't know if I want to give you a call to action. I wouldn't even know what, because this is a very long process. But I guess, yeah, the call to action might be that, like, let's do this. I want you to write down exactly what's your goal. Like, what are you gaining from this life? What do you want? Do you want more financial freedom? Do you want to have a family? Do you want to meet the right person? It could be more than one thing also. Do you want to change career? Do you want to get a promotion? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to gain weight? Do you want to feel healthier? Do you want to get your hair longer? Do you want to, I don't know, become a better cook? Do you want to learn to do something new? Like, whatever it is, try to figure it out. If the action that you're taking, that you're making you feel so frustrated are like the only one that you can take, and if those can be walk around, if you can make a decision, and also trust your gut a lot. Trust your gut. Trust your gut, and if something makes you feel too much uncomfortable, maybe it's not the right thing to do. Maybe he's not the right person. Maybe this is not the right job. If something actually makes you excited and you're a little bit scared about doing it, but you don't want to throw up thinking about it, you're in the right path. I guess that's what I kind of also figured out in the past few years. It was like this gut feeling, to recognize this gut feeling, because sometimes we feel very excited about something, and so we feel like the butterflies, and there are butterflies and butterflies. So there are some type of butterflies to make you excited. You're like a little bit scared because you really know that this is going to be something good for you, but high stake. And sometimes you feel those butterflies that are more like worms more than butterflies, and you want to just throw up. So that's not a good sign. That is not a good sign. Okay. I think I'm done for today. Thank you so much for listening. Please share the episode, subscribe. That will make me very, very happy. I hope you're enjoying those episodes. Even like send me a message and let me know. Like makes me so happy. Like I had a couple of girlfriends like telling me this week and literally like boost my self-esteem, and I was like, oh, I'm doing something right, because I'm here like you, try to do my best and try to not get caught into my own brain and my own thoughts. So remember to also follow the page 30 Years Fact Podcast on Instagram and my personal page, Vanessa Di Rossi. Thank you so much for listening, and see you next week. Ciao, ciao.
Yeah, here I am talking to you since I'm 30 as fuck.